What a week 2 from the UFL. Every single game was great. Every single game came down to the wire. It was a lot of fun. It just made power rankings really difficult this week. But I believe I have them in order that I like and that I think is somewhat accurate. So let's dive right into it. Number 8, I have the Houston Roughnecks. Injuries is a story of this team. Jared Guarantano is reported to be out for at least a month. Kirk Merritt is reported to be out for the season. Those are two killer injuries. Although I do think they looked better with Reed Sinnett in, it still sucks losing your starting quarterback in the middle of the game. Losing Kirk Merritt is definitely going to suck because him and Reed Sinnett have the chemistry. We saw it last week. That is who Reed Sinnett likes to throw the ball to. That's who they like to have their offense run around. Him being out for the season is going to suck. And then Reuben Foster. He's an elite player. But in each of the first two games, he has missed some snaps due to injuries. It's just the injuries that are scaring me from this team. Even if they would have won last week, I don't think they would have gone higher than 7. Just because, again, the injuries are killing them at this point. Number 7, I have the Michigan Panthers. A little bit controversial one here. It might be. They have a great defense. They have a great special teams. The offense is way too inconsistent for me to put them any higher. EJ Perry is just not the guy. And it's just the offense is just too inconsistent. I can't realistically put them any higher on my end because the offense leaves way too much to be desired. Number 6, I have the Arlington Renegades. I saw improvement from their offense. They played a full 60 minutes finally. I really enjoyed it. The only reason they're not higher, as part of me wanted to put them higher, is because of their record at 0-2. But again, they looked a lot better this past week. Their defense still leaves a little bit to be desired, but the offense showed that they can at least put up the points to match if needed. Number 5, I have the DC Defenders. They looked improved. The defense definitely looked better against Houston compared to San Antonio. The offense still leaves a lot to be desired, but it looked better. They at least scored consistently. They were able to move the ball down consistently. I still have accuracy questions when it comes to Jordan Teyamu. But again, for the most part, they improved. They looked better. I liked what I saw. I need to see a little bit more improvement from the offense. Number 4, I have Memphis. Their defense is what's saving them from being any lower. It's an elite level defense. And if it wasn't for that fourth quarter collapse, they're probably at 2 this week. It's just the collapse obviously scares me. Their offense collapsing. Their style of offense should have worked in that situation, but they only really got a drive in the fourth quarter. I need to see the defense bounce back. But again, their defense is still an elite level defense in my mind. So they're at number 4. At number 3, probably where they belong, the St. Louis Battlehawks. They fully showcased who the St. Louis Battlehawks offense is last week. That's what I was expecting from them in week 1. And in week 2, they finally gave me a full 60 minutes on offense. The defense still leaving a little bit to be desired, but they came up big when they needed to. Just again, it's the improvements. Once the defense gets a little better, they're going to be a scary team. Hell, they're already a scary team to go up against. I really like what I'm seeing out of St. Louis. Number 2 is still the Birmingham Stallions, purely because they didn't show enough to move up. They had the chance to. If they would have beat the brakes off of Michigan, I would have put them at 1. They didn't. They just didn't do enough to warrant being moved up. They're still a good team. Their defense looked better. Their offense still leaves a bit to be desired from a top of the end offense. They scraped away from Michigan. They looked kind of more well-rounded. They used a consistent 2 QB system, which I'm not a fan of, but it's working for them. That they're 2-0. I just need to see some more consistency on offense, and it's tough to get that with a 2 QB system, but it's potentially there. Number 1, it is still the San Antonio Brahmas. They escaped. I know they needed an incredible comeback in the 4th, but it's that ability to come back down 16 in the 4th why they're at number 1. Their offense has that potential to be an elite offense. Their defense can be an elite defense. That fourth quarter is what I like to see from San Antonio, and if we can see that through an entire 60 minutes, they are the best team in the league. So let me know your thoughts on these down below. There's definitely some controversy here, I think, based off like the early power rankings I saw immediately after the games and from yesterday. But I think this is a pretty solid power rankings. And obviously, it's always going to be changing as the games go progress. I like where this sits. So subscribe again. Leave a comment down below your thoughts, maybe what your power rankings are. Leave a like, and I will see you for the predictions later this week. Have yourselves a damn good one.